So you talked about Charleston White, and I don't know if he brought this up specifically, but my interest came in when I heard someone else talk about it, talking about we as black people being the minority in the world. And if that being the case, why so many people focus on us if we're a minority of the world? You should be focusing on a bigger group of people instead of the minority. So it's more to it than just that. It's not just our color that you're worried about.
Yes. But, okay. Again, minority means mental capacity, not in numbers. So when you take the true stats, what they call the statistics, they say that white people here, and when I say white, I mean W-I-G-H-T, white, not W-H-I-T-E. That's the total difference. They say that there's 67% of whites here in America. And we're like, what, 16, 17% of the population, which is not true. Because when you actually really break down the real numbers, out of that 67%, roughly around about 32% of those people are phenotypically white in color, in what they talk about skin. Of course, there's no such thing as white because they're not white like that. But for all intents and purposes, white. So if that is true, if only 32% of the people here are phenotypically white, then where is the rest of those 34% at? Who is those people? So that's a lie when they say that. But if we are the smaller population here in America and worldwide, should you say, but particularly here in America, why focus on us? Why do you focus on us so much that that you can't even function without us? You know what I'm saying? So how I feel about them saying that we are the minority only in mental capacity, would they say that? And there is some truth to it, because we don't want to know anything. Our people do not like to know anything. They don't want to research. They don't want to study. They don't want to be told anything, especially this younger generation. They rather walk around in a cloud believing that Sky Daddy is going to come down someday and rescue them. Or we're going to expatriate from here and we're going to go to Africa or someplace like that. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that we believe that way. And then your other question was what?
No, I think that it's more to the science of why we are hated, is what I'm trying to get at. So, like we had talked about this some time ago, maybe a year or so, of why we're hated so much. It's more to it than that. It's the melanin, it's the science, it's the power of who we are and where we've been. It's not just the color.
No, it has nothing to do with that. You're right. It's more about the scientific genome of who we really are and what we really represent in the world, right? We have the most unique DNA of all the peoples in the world. That's what it's really about, because our DNA is so unique, right?
Henrietta Lacks.
Yes. Albert Perry, so on and so on.
Still using her cells.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes deeper than what I can really explain, though. But I did learn something about Charleston White. Like, not a huge fan. I don't dislike or like him, and he says he gets paid based on political satire. So that makes me have a broader perspective on why I think about him like I do. Because he's doing what he's doing to get paid. How many people gonna be brave enough to get on here and say, I do what I do so I can get paid? Not too many people.
He's a very smart man. And the reason why I know this is because of the things that he says. So, when you're in that arena, you know way more than the average individual does. And this is how I have to look at it. I have to explain to the younger people. When you're in a political position, or you've been taking up a political office, in order to really get in those positions, you need to take political science. And so if you are a political scientist, right, you know way more than what you're going to tell the people in mass, right? For instance, voting was mentioned. If you're in political science and you're voting, you know better. You know better. So you can't tell me that these people who have taken these political positions, these offices, even the courts, all that stuff like that, you gotta have that political science. So you cannot now tell me that you don't know where you are. You can't tell me you don't know what you're doing. Historically, and culturally, and even presently, you cannot tell me that you don't know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing.
So we want this to be short, but what I want the younger people who are younger than us and who look at us as elders, I want them to try to figure out in their minds, why are you so concerned about a small minority of people? Why? When you can figure that out, then you probably have some peace of mind. Instead of trying to worry about, why do they hate us? Why do they hate us so much? They hate you for more than just what you think they hate you for.
Yeah, it's genetic makeup. But you didn't get to the other question because you asked me about the prayer. What was it about the prayer?
Because I wanted to be sure you were going to tell the people, the women mainly, that you can't be crying about the men cheating. And then I really didn't want to talk about the prayer right now.
Okay, well, yeah, we don't have to talk about the prayer, but in short, and in order for us not to be a minority, we need to get to making babies. And I'm talking about, black love. I'm talking about male and female. I'm talking about the brothers, right? Instead of making babies like pimps. Papa was a Rolling Stone. You are a man. We are men. And so therefore we need to get back to doing what we men have always been doing. Right? In order for us not to be a minority, in the sense that they claim that minority, the way we fix that is that we have multiple children with multiple women. And you can't be crying about it. You want to fix the problem? Why do you think they ain't ran over into places like Africa and overran Africa? Why do you think they haven't went over into China and overran the people in China?
They have overran Africa. What are you talking about?
Nah.
They colonized Africa too.
Yes, they did, but they did that late in the centuries. They've been here way longer. They've been here since the year, you can figure since about the year 930, between 930 and 931, they've been here on this land here, robbing it, pillaging it, stealing from it, murdering the people in it, shedding the blood is in it, and then hiding all the evidence of what they've done. So they've been here way longer doing what they was doing here. So, but look at what Africa, and what they call Africa. I prefer to call it either ancient Kemet or a Kibalon, right? Look at what they're doing over there now. They're putting them out. But how can they put them out so easily? You think we can do that here? There's a reason why those 14 African states and many more to follow. There's a reason why they're able to put foreigners out of their country. You see what I'm saying? We here in America are totally unique to anybody else in the world. So when we come out, we really gonna be the cream of the crop. We're gonna really be bling bling. We're gonna be the shiners of everything that's around us.
So,
and they know why. They know why.
So
He
figure
know why too.
out, young people, why you're hated, because it's more than just your color.